The word I will be redefining is trick. There are three meanings to this word. The dictionary definition is a cunning or skillful act or scheme intended to deceive or outwit someone. The word is also used in mainstream media as a slang term, meaning women who play with your head in the sense of acting like they want you one day and hardly noticing you the next. And finally, my definition of the word trick is the word used as a term of endearment for a true friend, no matter their gender. I use this word mostly for my closest friends. It is a word that can be used in almost any situation for cheering a friend up and reminding them how good of a friend they truly are. The original version of the word is demeaning and rude. It's very offensive and sexist in nature. I'm trying to change that. The way trick should be used is not offensive and often leads to laughter and happiness between all people involved.
Why do you always have to be such a trick?
In this case, the word is very negative, and the person calling the other a trick was not being friendly at all. If you find yourself reverting back to the slang definition of the word, try and see if there's a better way to speak to the person you're speaking to. No one deserves to be called a trick unless you're referring to a dear friend. In its slang form, the word trick has a very negative connotation. The Urban Dictionary definition of the word involved quite a few curse words that cannot be repeated in a school setting. A lot of people have never heard the word used as a slang term at all, and are surprised when I tell them the Urban Dictionary definition of the word. I'm glad that not many people have heard of this slang term because that gives me the opportunity to get it used in daily conversation as the way I intend, not the rude and degrading way the other guys intended. Here are some good occasions to use trick with an explanation of what they each mean.
Can't wait to see my trick this weekend. I'm excited because my high school friend is coming up this weekend. Savannah is a trick. Savannah's my best friend.
Some synonyms of the mainstream use of trick include
Awesome. Slut.
Yes. Some synonyms of the new definition of trick include
Pal. Buddy. Friend. Confidant.
I first learned this word from one of my closest friends in high school. She gets on these word kicks where she hears a word said by someone famous and she starts to use it herself. She did this often with the YouTube star Miranda Sings, and now my whole friend group can imitate her almost perfectly. During the beginning of our junior year, she discovered the word trick and used it every day. At the time, I was one of the people asking her what it meant, but now I've borrowed the word from her and I use it much more than she even does. There are a lot of people in my life that I would count as my tricks. My sister, my closest high school friends, and even a few people I've met in college. It usually takes a long time of friendship for me to know someone enough to call them a trick. Honestly, I don't know why more people don't use this version of trick. It's friendlier, funny, and overall nicer than the original definition, and it will offend many less people. The word trick is a term of endearment for a true friend. I now invite all of you to begin using trick in your daily conversations. You'll find yourself happier and knowing who your friends are simply by referring to them as trick.